And hello, finally. Okay, so we were supposed to be doing a stream today with Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, but we've been having all sorts of technical issues up the wazoo, so apologies for that. You know what? I'm actually going to leave the music running. Let's just turn that down. But I decided I wanted to stream this mod pack a while ago. Also, welcome in Be the Quest. So this is Create Above and Beyond. You can get it on the Curse Forge launcher, and it is based around the Create mod, which is a bundle of fun. So it's probably my favourite mod at the moment. You can see it in the background actually here. It's all about mechanical sort of automation, I suppose. So let's jump in. I've made a stream world, but I haven't actually done anything yet. Please let me know if the music's too loud or not. I can't actually... It's spiking a lot on the audio. It shouldn't be. Oh, that's not good. You love the Create mod? Yeah, it's fantastic. This pack's quite heavy, so here's to hoping it doesn't crash. Otherwise we'll have to wait for that to load back up again. Hey, welcome Slandy. But yeah, I have just hastily set up my entire streaming setup again in Streamlabs OBS, so apologies if anything is off. But as I said, we've been having all sorts of issues. And this is one of them. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sometimes if you don't press anything and you don't click, your Java can unfreeze. It's a rare occasion, but it does happen. Am I new to the mod? No. I've actually been playing this pack on my own a little bit, but I thought I'd make a new world to stream, because it's a lot of fun. Just as soon as it wants to work. I apologise for the wait. As I said, it's quite a heavy pack. I've also added a couple of mods here and there, just small ones like the elevator mod and things like that. Alright. And as soon as it wants to finish lagging, we'll be good to go. Let me actually just... Ooh. Put OBS in performance mode, there we go. Well, there's a loot chest right here, so that's a good start. Guess we'll just take all of that. Okay, that was not... That was very concerning. I guess performance mode turns off the audio monitor. CCL caught an exception. Okay, we don't care about these. What is advanced tooltips? Oh, that's just, might actually want those on, to be honest. Okay, if anyone knows how to get rid of this CCL thing, then we can nuke those, because I did try to enable a shader pack and it didn't like it very much. Okay, let's go find somewhere to build. Just a small little base, or... Actually, no, you know what? We're going to explore first. And that reminds me, there should be a quest book. Limitless Potential, here we go. That is literally just a flower, okay, sure. Game, please. From a tree puncher. Welcome to the overview. You can always come back here to catch up on your current position in the progression of technology. It's giving me some apple cider, I'll take that. But yeah, a while ago, you may remember, some of you may remember that I was going to be streaming Sky Factory 1. And we did actually start, I think we had 2 episodes or so, and then my Windows corrupted itself. Which I'm fairly sure I announced. And so I lost all of that, but this pack is honestly a little better. It's a little bit more interesting overall. So I decided this will be the replacement for now. Not actually sure if the game audio is a bit quiet there. Let's turn it up a bit. Alright, I am a bit scatterbrained today, so I do apologise for that as well. As I say, we've just had one hell of an afternoon. Let's get some stone tools going. I'm fairly sure we have tinkers in this. It's been a while since I've actually played properly on this pack, so... Let's just check, actually. Game, please. I think I typed a little too fast there. Alright. Good stuff. Love it. Not enough data. Yeah, I don't know if that's related to the exceptions that we were having a minute ago, but let's just launch that back up. It's going to take a moment. This music is sending me to sleep. Let's go for something a little bit more energetic, shall we? Just while we're waiting for this. Yeah, when I say we've been having technical issues, that extends to pretty much everything on my entire PC at the moment, including whatever the hell's going on down here. You know what? I've got a feeling it's this. Let's get rid of it. So how's everyone else's day been? Hopefully it's been better than ours. I feel like we should have a mini game or something that we can play in the chat whilst we're waiting for things. I'm hoping this doesn't crash again. It usually runs fairly stable. But it is Java, so, you know, anything goes. Sure is taking its time, isn't it? Let's actually make the chat a little bigger as well. Just while we're waiting for this to load. Still. Font size. There we go. Okay, I guess that didn't work. Oops. I do apologise that this is taking so long. It usually does crash when it's finished loading for a moment. I don't know if anybody happens to know as well, if anybody here uses Streamlabs OBS desktop, if you can move the mini feed around. Because I cannot seem to. I can resize it, but I can't drag it. And I'm sure it's supposed to be rearrangeable, but I forget how you do it. And there we go. Finally. Yeah, what I'm going to do is just put this in actual full screen mode. And hope that that helps. So our goal to begin with will be to collect, I want to say andesite, because andesite is used a lot in this pack. And we're also going to want to get some kelp from the sea. And with those we should be able to begin making some of the various pieces of machinery that we're going to need. I actually don't know if our I don't know if that's working properly. I'm going to have to come back out of full screen in a second. Or not. OBS today just seems to want to selectively work on certain things and not work on others. Hopefully by the end of the week we should be out of all of the technical issues. Me and the other streamers on the channel are working on fixing them as quick as we can. But the issues seem to pile up more than we can, faster than we can get rid of them at the moment, so we will see. Okay, we seem to be back. That chat, I've just realised, is overlapping our chat on the stream, so I'm going to have to move that at some point, I think. But we're good to go now. Let me just open up Borderless Gaming again, if I can remember where I put it. Okay. So let's make some stone tools to begin with. I think I was looking at, if this doesn't crash again. There we go. Tinker's Construct. So we want to make these. Probably gonna need to get some more blanks, to be honest. So we make some patterns, and then we can make the Tinker Station and the Part Builder. And I'm fairly sure we can also turn this into a crafting station. So now the question is, do we want to use this island, or do we want to move away? Well, first of all, andesite, we definitely want. I'm going to just vein mine that. I added one of the vein mine mods, just so that we don't have to spend so much time mining manually, because it's tedious and boring and nobody wants to watch that. Yeah, I don't know if this island's big enough, honestly, for what we're going to need. Let's just take some potatoes. Yeah, I don't know if this extends off or if it just goes, if it's just an island, so guess we'll have a look around before we settle. I actually don't think we need the copper, but I might have to come back for that in a moment, actually. Depends if we really have a use for it. Okay, so there is a cave system here. That was mildly loud. Wow. Let's turn those down a bit, Jesus. New recipes unlocked. Fantastic. Well, this is a snowy area, which is certainly not my favourite. And we have wolves. Which isn't good for us, because we're actually going to need sheep, and we're going to need to farm them without them getting murdered. So I've only actually played a little bit into the actual progression of the pack, not very far actually. Actually. So we are going to have some new stuff for me to figure out. You know what, I'm just going to take all the rails for now. I really don't know if I need them, but what's that? Melon seeds? Yeah, sure. Got robins and things. Give me that. Take this as well. There's actually two. Right, pickaxe, obviously. And sword. You know what? I actually don't think I made the world, we want to be in hard mode. And I forgot to do that, so there we go. We can get back up there, right? Where is all this water coming from? That's a waterlogged block, isn't it? Yep. Alright, we need to be careful when we go down into the caves as well, because there's, I don't know what it's called, because I haven't paid attention to the name, but there is this sort of gravelly stuff that if you stand on it, you will kind of, the blocks will break underneath you, and it's like a cascade type thing, so I've got to be very careful of those. I'm waiting for this water to kind of vanish out of the way. Whoops. Okay, we can definitely be opening these loot things as well. Pretty sure this is, yeah, this is one of the things we're going to want. And there was the stuff I was just talking about. Broken stone. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want to be standing on. However, it did reveal to us that there's some iron down here. So I'm going to just carefully harvest that. Okay, so now we know there's a giant sort of pool of lava below us, so we really need to watch out for the holes and the broken stone, for sure. But if we go down here, we usually end up with loot. It's more than we can count. Wow, that's a good start. Alright, let's try to decide what out of these materials we want. I actually don't have a use for the rubber ducks as far as I know, but you do get a lot of those. We definitely want the emeralds. Not sure if we want a Heart of the Sea, because I don't know if I plan on building underwater at all. But I would like to actually have one of the focuses be building at some point as well. We care about, obviously, building something decent. That skeleton skull is going to come in very handy in the future. I won't spoil why just yet. Rainbow birch sapling. Okay. This music's fairly funky. Alright, so yeah, I guess for now we can just kind of settle down somewhere around here, and when it comes time to move we can just make backpacks and transport the items that way. I think that's what I usually end up doing anyway, out of necessity. Okay, so I'm going to throw away that axe for now because it's useless, pretty much. Probably going to be regretting that in a second. So I'm going to head back up north and just go back to where we were, I think, for now, because there's still some resources over there we can take. Looks like we actually have some sheep up here as well. Gotta be careful not to get stuck in the trees right now, because I am aware that there were creepers following me a second ago. I don't really care to kill them right now. Although I think you actually have bounty targets in the quest log for killing certain mob types. Can't remember if there's actually rewards for them though. If there's no reward, then I don't really care too much, although we will probably fill out the quest log eventually anyway. What's going on over there? Okay, first of all, what is my render distance at? 8 chunks. Alright, yeah, let's just settle here temporarily. This area seems kind of decent. And I'm going to put down the tinker's stuff and quickly secure our loot. And then, you know, if the worst happens, then we at least have that. I'm also going to mark the location. Just got to make sure there's no mobs nearby. We'll call this home, I guess. Right. Well, we need a lot of wood, and I threw away the axe like an idiot, so I guess we'll make another one. All of these tools are obviously going to be temporary. Ultimately, I plan to make unbreakable tools, which is fairly expensive to do, certainly at this point anyway. Man, that skeleton really hits. Do we have anything that can help me here? Don't want to use the diamonds to make a diamond sword just yet, that's a bit wasteful. Alright, well, I think rotten flesh is good for us. I'm fairly sure we can turn that into leather. So we definitely need that for making the backpacks. This is another reason why I wanted hard mode, because I'm fairly sure correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm fairly sure the mob drops are increased. Man, I really need to sleep, but we don't have beds yet. I can make some shears though, so I guess we risk it for a biscuit and go get some wool from the sheep. Ah, really? They both had to drop one singular piece. And there's a wolf. Or is it a fox? No, it's a fox. We're okay. If that was a wolf, I might have to kill it because, as I said, we don't want them killing the sheep. That's a llama. You can't shear llamas, can you? Okay, that guy dropped his rib. Actually, while we're here, let's get some wood as well. That was the other thing I needed lots of. We could just vein mine that for now. Alright, let's also take the coal. Some more andesite down here as well. In fact, there's quite a lot of andesite in this area alone, so we're pretty well off for the time being. But automating the production of andesite will be one of the first tasks. That zombie's tracking us, isn't he? Oh, Jesus. This is not good for my survivability. And we have a death. Do we actually have a deaths command? I think we do. There we go. If somebody would like to take responsibility for the death counter, feel free. Just let me know ahead of time. Would be appreciated. Let's see if we can get back without being murdered again. Yeah, I think we're gonna need to prioritize armor as well. As kind of a early thing, even if it's just leather. But I kind of wanted to explore to get that kind of stuff, because generally speaking, well, first of all, we need the leather. We don't want to be making armor with it. And second of all, you can get some pretty good stuff just from exploring and looting in this mod pack, so that was going to be the play. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. There we go. Whatever mod adds that in is honestly the best, because I don't have to spend like 10 minutes faffing around putting my inventory back into the order it was. Okay, so there's like 3, maybe 4 creepers over there. But I think I'm going to risk just making a bed and trying to sleep. It's hard to tell if I'm hearing spiders, like, walking around near me, or if it's just the rain, to be honest. Looks like it's about to rain in real life as well. Okay. Let's actually make another chest as well. Obviously we will want to enclose this space as quickly as we can, to make it safe, but first of all I want to make some tools. I'm really nervous about these creepers, because they're going to wander over here whilst I'm busy. So we need to make patterns. Can't remember exactly how many there are. And I think we want a part chest. Or do we just want a regular tinker's chest? I can't remember. It does not matter. Okay, let's just make a basic pickaxe for now. And we'll make... Ah, no, don't freeze. You know what, let's get rid of that for a moment. Because I think that's what it was that crashed us last time. I actually can't remember. I believe we want to make a mattock. It is a farming tool, but of course you can use it for wood cutting as well. Just don't dig your own grave. So that is actually a pickaxe head and one of these. And a... whoops, that was supposed to be a wood one. I'm hoping these can despawn. I know Tinker's tools generally don't. But I'm just going to chuck it out for now. So let's make that. And the pickaxe. And we may as well make a sword as well. Let's just double check, because they keep changing what you need for these. Make a small sword blade. Whoops. There we go. So now we have some Tinker's tools, which is always a win. Actually, I think we want the cobblestone because we can also make repair kits. Or a repair kit in this case. Let's get some torches. Looks like we're not doing good for food. I don't want to use these potatoes because I'd like to plant them. Well, since we're going to be building here, we may as well just mine this stone, honestly. I was going to go down to some caves and actually mine properly, but it's not super important right now. So I'm just going to kind of flatten out a little bit of this area just so we can build some sort of little building to survive in. And we'll definitely take this copper out now, because it's bugging me. No other reason than it's bugging me. Right, let's have a look here. This is all just stuff telling you about the questing system. I already know about this, so I'm just going to skip through that. Gives you a few very, very small items to get you started, and some XP. Oh, loud. I apologise if that deafened anyone. That was stupidly loud for no reason. Cooked salmon, raw salmon. Let's put this up here. And of course now we can start to make more of these repair kits. Oh, that actually consumes the pattern, that's interesting. I actually didn't know that the repair kits existed until recently. It's one of those things that I always overlooked. Because they used to work differently, I think. So let's have a look. We want to go to... We need to unlock, I think, one of the chapters here. Preparations. Careful. Before you are ready to embark on a journey of automation, it can help to set up a basic workshop first. Here are some recommendations for a successful start. Yeah, these are all very good recommendations. These are some of the machines that you can make with the create mod. But you'll notice that pretty much all of the machines in this version, in this mod pack, require these andesite machines, which are made of logs, cogwheels, andesite alloy, and you have to use a saw to make them, but it's not consumed. And you need 8 of those around an andesite casing, which is also fairly cheap to make. But it does get quite cumbersome and uses up quite a lot of resources. So it's something to bear in mind. And I'm actually not entirely sure how we're going to automate the underside, because that's one of the things I didn't get around to doing in my other playthrough. I was too focused on building, to be honest, which is always a problem, but can't help myself. But we're not going to let ourselves get too distracted this time round. Alright, just going to bring some trees over here. Let's get these ores and things as well. Gotta love vein miner. Or in this case, I think it's ore excavation, something like that. Either way, it's nothing but a time saver. And there goes my pickaxe. But it's fine because we have repair kits. Alright, let's plant a couple of trees nearby, just so that I don't have to go so far out to get to them. Okay. I'm thinking we should probably... it's a difficult decision. We need to go exploring and try and get some more resources, but also need to make a, you know, some sort of a little building that we can use to protect us. I guess for now I'm just going to build something really small and crappy. I don't even particularly care how it looks, just for now. In fact, you know what? We're going to need more spruce, because I've just planted oak. And I mean, it will be a small, ugly building, but we're not going to be using mismatched wood types just for the walls. That's no good. Well, that was a sound and a half. I guess, guess it was covered in snow. Just going to plant those with reckless abandon. I would say I apologise if that sets off anybody's OCD, but I don't apologise at all. Because, as I say, we're not really going to be staying in this area for too long, I would imagine. So let's just quickly finish this off, because it's almost night time. Honestly, we should have probably left space for a window, but I don't have any sand or glass right now. Whoops. Alright, there we go. The bog standard Minecraft survival house. Alright, so yeah, let's just have a look at the quest book again. So, High Aspirations, Chapter 1. The earliest investigations reveal one's resourcefulness with low-level equipment. Auto-crafting, none. Filtering, not cheap. Item transport, may the belt spaghetti mesh in your favour. After hitting the check mark above, the first chapter of the factory guide will become accessible. So let's unlock that. And now you can see we have high aspirations available to us. Welcome to the factory guide. These quests are an automation plan for your upcoming assembly line. Always view them as recommendations on what you should construct a passive supply for. Yeah, so essentially this is just like a guide. It's not really going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Just kind of, you know, here's what you should do. So gathering andesite manually takes time. Thankfully bedrock can cause lava to form andesite infinitely. So that will be how we will get the andesite. Essentially you have to make a cobble gen just above bedrock. Although there are some complications with it, as it mentions down here, regarding how you actually get the resources. Let's sleep. But the other thing it wants us to automate is wood production, which is actually fairly easy to do. We're going to want to get some sheep before we can do that, though, because I would like some wool to make sails. Some people start off by making water-based power generation, essentially. But we're going to go with wind. Just because it seems to be more powerful overall. It gives you more mechanical power. Not sure if that's actually true. Whoops, I did not mean to do that. It is something that we should, at some point, probably test, but the mechanisms that we can make become stressed the more we sort of attach things to them, so that is something we have to look out for. So I'm just going to make a little sheep farm here. This is obviously going to require some grass, but that can be done. And then we're going to go exploring a little bit. Just so that we can see if we can get some gear to help us get started. Oh, that can go now as well. Obviously I don't like this building, but we'll work on it if we need to. So what do I need? I need to plant some seeds, honestly. Because we're going to want wheat for lowering the sheep. I'm not sure, actually, if we can... Yeah, we're going to have to bring the grass over as well. That's going to be a bit of a job. Let's... Okay, let's fill this in first. I'm just trying to think as I'm doing this how we're going to, how we're actually going to make it work. In fact, coming to think of it, we might actually be able to automate wool production fairly easily, I would imagine. It's not something that I've tried, but... We're here to explore the pack, I guess. What I want to do here as well... Well, first I need to get more dirt, but what I want to do is see if we can make an infinite water source. Just because I'm lazy. There we go. Now it looks like the nearest bit of grass is this piece over there, so I might have to just naturally spread the grass over for now, unless there's a way we can make grass. We can actually with a spout. That should be fairly easy. We can do that pretty much right away. Okay. Let's just make an infinite water source first. And then we'll actually get started progressing. Although food is going to be an important thing very soon. What did I just place? Torch. Alright, let's have this go out a little bit further, just so that, because I don't think the sheep can graze the grass underneath a fence, although I don't actually know if grass can spread under a fence, coming to think of it. I'm probably, coming to think of it, we can probably just have one sheep even, since I said we should be able to automate it. Right, let's move this water source actually out here somewhere. Because I didn't even build it right anyway, there we go. Okay. Let's just make a gate. It's going to be made of spruce, but doesn't really matter too much. Alright, so if we filter for the create mod here and look at the spout, I'm hoping we can make this soon. Oh, maybe not actually. Is this a level 2 one? This looks like it's a level 2 one. Okay, it can be done, but we're going to have to find rubber. Now, there's a machine you can get in this pack that gives you rubber, but I don't know what it is because the JEI interface doesn't actually show you for whatever reason. I cannot for the life of me remember. That's mildly annoying. Skip. I'm just going to Google it quickly. Why is music play? Thank you. A boreal extractor, that's the one. Yes. So if we just type that in. In fact, actually, let's just get rid of that a second. Can I spell that right? Arboreal. There we go. The arboreal extractor. Let's see if we can make one of these. Okay, that's fairly cheap. Alright. So ultimately our goal is to make a spout, so I'm just going to leave that in here just so that I don't forget. Let's bring that back up. And yeah, we've got kelp growing over there, which is perfect. It means I don't really need to build a kelp farm yet. I'm just going to harvest some of this and let it grow back up again. And I can't remember, I think we need... I don't want to say clay. Oh, it is clay. My memory serves me, I just apparently don't know how to use it properly. Yeah, so it's kelp and clay to make the andesite alloy. Is there any clay down here? It's not looking promising. What is this? That's some sort of underwater building. Ah, it looks like it might be part of a dungeon, so we might just be able to break in there, honestly. And explore that at some point, but there are mob spawners in there, so we need to be careful. There is some clay. It's not a great deal, but it's a start. We're actually going to need a bunch of clay as well to make the Tinker's stuff. Because we're going to want to make a smeltery. Let's just fix those up. Oh no, not you. Had enough of you on our other game. Where's that red beacon? I think that's my death. Or death marker, so let's get rid of that, because we don't care. Looks like my corpse eventually did despawn, so that's good, because it was otherwise going to annoy me. Because those seem to error out after you take the items. We needed the wheat seeds. We don't need diorite, ever. Nobody wants that. So what was the first thing I was going to make? It was this, right? We need to make algal blend. There we go. It's going to take a moment to smelt. I don't actually think you can do that any faster. So we're just going to need to wait for this. We're also going to need logs, and I need to make a saw and cogwheels. Cogwheels require the alloy and buttons. So let's just turn that into buttons. In fact, we'll turn all of the spruce into buttons. And we need our andesite. So this is how you make andesite alloy. For some reason I can never pronounce it properly. And then we can just surround that with buttons to make some cogwheels. These are pretty cool, honestly. Interesting that they're made of. I guess the pickaxe is for the middle bit, but yeah. I always instinctively want to use an axe to pick them up because they're mostly wooden. Okay, saw is just stone rods, regular rods, and another iron ingot, which is a problem for us. Yeah, kinda. Because I used those iron ingots earlier, so let's smelt that quickly. Man, it is grim outside today. Oh, right, yeah. I completely forgot about this, actually. We don't want to be smelting that. That's a waste. What we want to do is make a... Is it a millstone? Yeah. A millstone. It's going to require a piece of smooth stone. And I think we have everything else we need. Let's just get some more wood whilst we're waiting on the other things. There we go. Conveniently for us, we also get sticks from the trees. Fairly sure we end up needing sticks quite regularly as well. Let's just have a pressure plate there. I know this building gets uglier by the minute. So there's our millstone. And then we, for now, are just going to want a hand crank. Which is fairly easy to make. So we just make some of those. And there we go. So now we can just put that there. I think you actually need to offset this by 1, so I'm just going to do that just so you can actually put items in here. And now if we throw the crushed iron ore into that and spin it, you can start to see how the create mod is just so good. We have actual rotation here. I think that's done now, so that's made us some iron dust. Which we can, of course, do various things to in order to get more resources, but for now we're just going to have to stick to what we've got. I'm not sure if that should have given us more, right? Fairly certain. We only needed a single ingot anyway. But yeah, we're going to have to look at ways of increasing the output from these, so like washing the ore and then putting it through a tinker's smeltery, I'd imagine. Alright, so there's an ingot, and I forget what we needed the ingot for. I think it was this, yeah. Oh, it takes flint now? Oh right, yeah, I guess you can make these out of different materials, come to think of it. Do we have any flint? No, so we'll just make this out of iron then. But we did need to make stone rods. Let's get rid of that hand crank out of the search terms for a second. There's the iron saw. And actually I think we pretty much have everything we need now. Let's make some more of these. So we can make the kinetic mechanisms. And we needed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want to say 7, 8, but we run out of frickin' stuff. Da, 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 da. Yeah, here we go. So that's enough for the thing here, and we just need to make the andesite casing as well, which is easy. And now we can make a single andesite machine. There we go. So we're going to need a smithing table. It looks like we're going to need more iron, which is just fantastic. So let's quickly see if we can find some iron somewhere. Really don't want to search too far though, because iron is not really something we care about at this stage too much. As I said, we're going to want certain machines to increase our output. But for now, at least, we're going to have to be a bit lossy. Which is why I don't want to waste time collecting too much and turning it into nuggets. Randonium ore requires an iron pickaxe, so we can't mine that just yet. It gives you a random item, which can be good, can be crap, depending on your luck. There's some iron down there. Let's see if there's any more around here. Because I don't know if 13 is enough. We needed 2 ingots. It's not looking good for us. Reached the edge of the island here. We do have Optifine Zoom here. No luck. Alright, well let's just hope that 13's enough, I guess. For now. As I say, we'll go explore the dungeons and things as soon as we can. Kind of want to make a backpack before we do that, though, just because inventory clutter is a real problem with this pack. Oh, and we're going to need food as well. Which, coming to think of it, we can actually plant some crops right away. Whoops. Let's just do this out here for now, I guess. Because I literally just need food to be growing. I don't really, as I said, I don't care about any of this building right now. Well, that's useless. I really should just vein mine some dirt somewhere at some point. In fact, this patch might be good. There we go. That cost me a lot of hunger, though. Oh, this is not the right tool for that, is it? Kind of funny that the mattock is supposed to be made for farming, and yet it's it does the wrong thing to the land. It turns it into paths instead of tilling it, which isn't what you want as a farmer. But what can you do? Gonna need to hurry up with this farm because I'm starting to starve to death. Actually, why is that not smelting? Can you just... No, you can't vein till the dirt. That would be great. There we go, and if I recall correctly, Skeleton dropped his rib for us, which turns into 5 bones. So we have a bunch of bone meal here now. You know what, actually, as well as wheat, we can plant the potatoes before I forget, and end up eating them. In fact, these may actually be slightly better as a food source for us as well, as opposed to bread. Although I don't know if this pack has the ability for you to make toast. Either way, we can start to make some food now. You know what, let's actually make a smoker as well. We do actually have some builder's tea here. I don't know what that gives you. Looks like not much. Alright, let's crush this ore as well. I actually kind of wish this was like the, there's another mod where there's like a hand crank on a machine and you just right click and let go and it'll keep going. Kind of wish this would do that. Well, we are getting spammed by pretzel rocks. I mean, I suppose it doesn't help that nobody else is speaking, but let's turn off the chat box for now, just because that's really bugging me. Actually, if we turn it off and turn it back on again, does it clear? Yeah, okay. Because we want the now playing information, of course. I think this is actually done. I'm just kind of spinning it for no reason now. How do we make a blast furnace again? Ah, yeah, we're not going to be making one of those just yet, but we will want one soonish. I'm just going to wait for that for now. Let's start putting some of these things away. And I'm fairly sure we wanted the iron. Yeah, because we're making a smithing table. In fact, we need planks. We have planks, okay. Come on, furnace, you can do it. I know I could make another one, but well, we don't have that much coal at the moment, and I'm lazy. Me being lazy is the main reason. Alright, there we go. That is still actually pretty fast. I wonder what that will be like in a blast furnace. We ultimately won't be using blast furnaces anyway, just because it's easier to automate things using Create's way of smelting things, but for now at least we will need to, obviously, until we get the machinery that we want. Alright, so let's make the smithing table. Let's just plonk that here. And then I'm fairly sure we needed a bucket, right? Yeah. Well, fortunately for us, we have one. I don't know if this gets consumed. I'm assuming, yep, it does. However, this is going to save us quite a bit of work. Let's sleep. I really need to get some windows sorted out here. In fact, maybe what we should do for now is just... Oh, I don't have enough spruce, though. Alright, so provided it's safe to actually go out here. Looks like it kind of is. I'm actually going to see if that guy drops bones. So... Oh, it was a zombie. I could have sworn he was a skeleton a second ago when I looked out, but I guess I'm just losing my mind. So this arboreal extractor thing goes on the side of a tree, as far as I remember. So if I just plop that there, does it need anything? Extracts fluids from adjacent trees, use fertilizer to boost production. Put down the axe. Yeah, so I think if I recall correctly, this just... I don't know. I don't know if it just works without needing anything. This is kind of misleading, isn't it? Does it work on spruce? Let's just double check. Looks like it should. So they should be getting resin. We'll come back and check on it in a second, I guess. Let's grab this coal while we're here. Yeah, and for now we have another 3 ingots of iron. So we no longer need this thing, at least for now. But we do want the spout. Let's get rid of blast furnace as well, since those are expensive. So the reason that we made that is because it's going to get us resin, which we can then use to make rubber. You can see we can compact it. Now you can do this using water and flowers, which is actually not a bad way to do it if you get a flower forest. But it's not renewable, really. Unless, of course, you set up some sort of bone meal farm to bone meal grass repeatedly and then just harvest the flowers from that. But it's quite a lot of effort to go to when you can just have machines that passively generate the stuff anyway. And obviously we can make a bunch of these arboreal extractors once they start working. I don't know if this is in the right place or even facing the right way, coming to think of it. Does it need to go this way? I wonder if that's why. Because that looked like a front face to me. Like a working face. Ah, there we go. Yes. So that's 25 resin now. I think we need it to get up to 1,000 before we can take it out with a bucket. So it is going to be a very slow method of generating what we need. But it is a method. And it's passive, so... Just going to wait to make sure that goes up to 50. Yeah, so that is going. Really want to go out and explore more, but the food situation is now an issue. And we're also going to want to make some sort of a backpack. I think we want to make one of these. Now, these are actually annoying to make, because you need quite a lot of string for them. And then you also need tanned leather, which is made from bound leather, which again requires string, and then various forms of leather. We can obviously produce it with rotten flesh. Just like that, but yeah. Let's turn off those advanced tooltips actually. So yeah, we can make leather this way. Alright, you know what? Let's just go out and explore. We'll worry about finding food on the way, I guess. I'm just going to make some of these repair kits, though. Ah, the noise spam is real. Apologies for that. Okay. Actually, we should probably take the bed with us, question mark? Let's also just quickly repair the tools the old-fashioned way. Yeah, let's take the bed with us. I mean, we have the location here anyway. And pick a direction. I kind of want to say east. We should probably also make a boat. Damn it. We're in luck, one of our trees grew just in time. Should probably be planting more of these, to be honest. But we can automate them soon enough anyway, so it's not super important right now. Once we have some sort of power generation going and all of that good stuff. So let's go this way. For now, we'll just have to be very careful, of course, with how much stuff we carry back, because it's very easy to get a lot of loot and want to take it all, but until we can make backpacks, it's not a good idea. Alright, let's just... I've got a feeling there's a meteorite over there, but I can't quite tell. It's very dark, obviously. Oh, it's not a meteorite, it's just a random pocket of air. Okay then, just a random pocket of air in the middle of the sea. Sure, why not? That's very misleading though. That looks like an actual structure of some sort. Of course, we don't care too much about what's in the sea, we need to find some better land. Let's just quickly take a look at this. Aha! Feathers we actually want. There's a buried treasure map, and I'm guessing books will be helpful to us at some point. In fact, I know they will. There are some uses we have for them. So let's go east like I intended. See, it looks like we've gone quite far, but we really haven't. I love that the cape kind of blows in the wind, I guess. Would be nice if there was some land around here somewhere. I was hoping we'd find some close by, but doesn't look like it. So if we do find a new place to settle, we're definitely going to need to set our spawn point. Once we do find land, I'm actually going to take a quick break. Oh, here we go. Please be an actual island. Because I generated enough chunks just doing that. There's bees over here, lots of bees, which is actually pretty cool. Don't know if we really need them right now, but at least we know they're here. Because this looks like... It says Rainbow Hills, but it looks like a sort of flower forest type area. Pink daffodils. There's some kind of structure here, not sure if that's worth anything. No you, noob. No you. Oh, it's about to be nighttime. We don't want that right now because I don't have armor still. Oh, I see why it's called a rainbow forest. I guess you would have only figured that out on the map. Yeah. For a second I was thinking this was normal for some reason, maybe just because we've been playing vanilla Minecraft with a resource pack that changes the colour of leaves, and so I'd kind of, you know, ingrained into my mind that that was normal, but yeah, this is not normal. Trees generally don't grow in rainbow formation like that. Can we get up here before mobs spawn, please? This is not looking good. Okay, let's quickly sleep. Want to beat them to the spawning, because I really don't want to have to fight right now. This fighting uses hunger. What was that? I thought there was a building there for a second. Guess not. Okay, so above ground it's looking not particularly good for us in terms of structures that we care about. In fact, this is just an island. An island with pillagers, though. Let's just quickly go and see if they're guarding something. I think that's pillagers on the map. Is it? Mystery egg. What do you do with this? I'm not sure if you're supposed to leave them in there or something. That's interesting. Exotic birds. Have to have a look at that at some point. What are these on the map? Oh, it's dolphins. Okay. It's dolphins. That explains my visible confusion. Right. From here, I guess we just have to cross another ocean. But first I will take the break. So let's just go over here. And pause. And I'll leave you with the music for a moment. I will be back in a few minutes. And I am back. Oh, okay, so this island yielded nothing of use to us. Let's put my heater on because it is actually freezing cold. So let's go see if we can find a new one. Of course, what we don't know is whether or not there was actually any underground structures. There are sort of, I think it's roguelike dungeons, something along those lines, which generates quite a lot of underground dungeons, actually, which we definitely want. But, as I said, I also want armor before I really go exploring them. Because they're full of spawners, and we are in hard mode. Really not having much luck with the world generation here. Honestly, I should probably have pre-generated a world first, and just made sure that it had good terrain, but it's a bit late now. I'm just gonna have to find something. Somehow. I'm kind of just trying to follow where the seabed rises, actually. That's interesting. There's a prismarine over here, which means I believe this will be one of the mine shafts. Looks like there's a loot chest. So let's head down and have a look. What the hell? Heh? Well, that's no good. What has happened? Alright then. That was a very strange bug. Oh, okay, so we've got a music disc already, which we definitely want. We want these things, we want this, we need this. Take the wheat, take the rotten flesh, take the string, take the flax seeds. Gunpowder I don't think we really have a need for. Let's just make sure we don't drown. So this wasn't a mine shaft from the looks of it. It's just a loot room, but we'll take it anyway. Let's take that. Don't think we care about those. I don't actually know if we care about name tags, to be honest. Whoa, hi! I guess there may be a spawner in here, actually, coming to think of it. I didn't really consider that it might be trapped. Most of the structures in this... Most of the underground structures in this mod pack are trapped to an extent. Yeah, look. There you go. A drowned spawner. Alright, let's just do this. And in fact, I might actually take some of these blocks with me on the way out, just because if we are going to need to create some underwater farms in certain areas, and well, that just provides us with a way to breathe underwater. But we did also find islands here, which is great. There's some sugarcane. So let's actually take that with us. Down to a singular piece of food, so let's hope that this place actually yields something of value to us. What is this? Cherry wood. It's pretty nice, I'm going to take it. Whoa. Is that like clover? It is clover. Wow, they are huge. You know what? Become food. I mean, we need wool, right? It's one way of getting the wool. Please don't crash. Okay. These things are very loud. Pigeons. Actual pigeons in Minecraft. Don't know if we really care about having multiple colours of wool though. I don't remember if you can dye already dyed wool. But I suppose it won't matter if we do make a sheep farm anyway. Because we can fully automate it. Are these seagulls? Swans. Oh, is this a structure? We have a village, finally. About time. Of course, my inventory is already nearly full of loot. As I said, the inventory is a real problem in this mod pack, but, you know. This place could be good for us. In fact, you know what? I might actually take the brewing stand as well. And we definitely want food, so this is going to come in handy. I'm just wondering if we can get the resources to make the backpack here. I'm not really sure that's possible. Does this have an entrance? Suppose it does if you do this. Oh, it was back here. Okay, don't really care about sticks, they're not really loot. Well, we finally got some armor. It's only a leather cap, but it's something. We are now we have now achieved peasant status. Stonecutter we probably want, honestly. Save us a piece of iron, sorry. Having a brain part there. That can also be turned into bones, just to save another slot. Don't know what was making that horrible noise, but it's welcome to stop. Probably these things, right? Pigeons again. We've already been in there. Kind of want to see if those guys will yield leather, but I don't know if that villager's going to get annoyed at me, and I haven't checked to see if they have any trades yet. Huh. Huh. Ah, blast furnace, you know what? We said we were going to make one, but never considered the fact that you could just loot one. So that's even better. And here we have bread. Seeds that we don't really care about. Rice is kind of useful to us, I think. Is it rice? I don't know if that's what I'm thinking of. There is something that is useful to us. You know what, let's not bring the wool since we're going to set up a sheep farm anyway. There's no point in wasting inventory on it. This is worth taking with us though, which is kind of annoying really considering the inventory situation. I guess I don't really care too much about beetroots, honestly. They can go. And we'll take the organic compost because this stuff is useful to us for farming. Alright. Not a super great haul, but also not terrible. I feel like there was another building I wanted to look in. It might have actually been that one. Alright, let's head back. And drop off this stuff. What just hit me? Did the pigeon just attack me, or am I... I don't know. I swear I took damage from something. Whoops. I'm forgetting how you steer now. Is this bone blocks or snow? Get the feeling it's snow, but best to check. Yep. I was going to say, if that was bone blocks, holy crap. The amount of bone meal you get from that would be kind of insane. That's honestly the kind of lucky break we're going to need right now. What is that down there? That looks like one of the mine shafts that I thought we had earlier. Might be worth just checking it out. And this is why we bought the magma blocks. Any loot chests? Nice try, buddy, but no. Alright, yeah, it doesn't look like there's any loot there. Not that we would have been able to carry much anyway, but, you know, if we can top up on the diamonds at least, that would be helpful. Onwards. We must be getting close to the base now, hopefully. I was honestly hoping to find more iron when we were out as well. Because although I said we don't really want to be mining too much of it at the moment, we do still need some. I'm actually rather surprised at the like the lack of land and structures in this particular world. Like, it's never usually this bad, but it looks like we spawned in the middle of a sort of ocean, whoops, type place. I really need to stop moving my mouse thinking that I can turn the boat that way. The controls for boats in this game are very funky. And we're back. I love how nothing's grown. Alright. We really should start to organise this stuff soon. Let's just spam that in there. Now, the diamond horse armor, if we don't use for actual armor, can be shredded into diamonds, which is something we'll want to do. But those crushing wheels that you can see it wants us to use, these are kind of difficult to make at this point because you need to use mechanical crafters, which use brass machines, and as you can see, that's in Chapter 2. We're not going to be there anytime soon. Brass is a long way off yet. But we did manage to get a blast furnace, which is going to help us out a little bit, I guess. Didn't we have something in this corner before? Oh, it was the bed. Yeah, I should probably place that back down again. Yeah, this building is not going to serve us for very long in terms of the fact that it's just too small. Actually, that's the point as well. The saddle can also be ground into leather, which obviously we need for the backpack. That's probably why I picked up the saddle in the first place. So we've got bones and we've got organic compost. Now, I can't remember how I did this before. Yeah, decomposition. Okay. So if you place this near water, it will eventually decompose into, like, fertile land. I can't remember what it's called now. It decomposes into rich soil, and you can see sped up by sunlight, sped up by adjacent water, and sped up by adjacent activators, which in this case are just mushrooms. So you can put mushrooms on these to speed up the process. Don't think we have any mushrooms nearby though. So we're just going to have to wait for that. But then that can be used to make rich farmland, which is obviously superior to regular farmland. Let's just see, can we toast bread in this pack? We can make a bunch of sandwiches of various types. Whoa, glowing bread completely restores hunger. Now I'm fairly sure you can get glowing water from loot. From like loot chests. Yeah, some of those are some kind of complicated recipes, but worth it in terms of the amount of hunger they give you back. That's kind of crazy, honestly. And obviously eventually we're probably going to want to set up some gardens that have all of the various things in them. I'm just trying to think what our next thing should be. I think we still wanted to make a spout, which obviously requires the rubber. We should have probably got some flowers while we were out, actually. Let's go and check on our machine. I don't think it's going to have been running while we were away because we're not in spawn chunks. I was wrong. So we have enough for a bucket of resin now. So we're going to want to continue making these machines that it wanted us to make for... Where was it? For the preparations here. Wrench is also going to be another thing we're going to want to make at some point, but that's going to need gold. So we are going to have to go mining soon. Don't actually know if you can turn an enchanted golden apple into gold. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, so spout also requires copper sheets, so we're going to have to make the mechanical press. So let's go into here and just filter by create. So we're going to, for the mechanical press, we're going to need to make a depot, or depot, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Which requires... Oh, we're going to need all of these things. We need to make some more andesite casings. Yes. Let's go see if we can find some... clay, as soon as I can sleep. Clay is another thing that I saw quite a bit of as we were exploring, but did not pick up. That may have been a mistake. Of course, we can eventually produce clay as well. It's just very slow. Don't know if there's faster ways of doing it than what I know, but we'll see. Let's also grab some sand as well. We are eventually going to need gravel, sand and clay anyway for the Tinker's smeltery. Well, that was a singular piece. Was it worth the mining time? No. Although if we stand here, we can actually still get those. Is this clay? This is clay. There we go, that was a little bit more. Should be enough, I think, for now. This is certainly one way to get around. I'm hoping that fills in. It's not looking like it will, but either way, I guess it gives you a speed boost. Okay, so we've got more of this, Why am I smelting clay? That was the wrong thing to put in there. We've got more of this blend. Obviously need to wait for that to smelt. It will be great once we can start to automate all of these machines. Can we not put this in a blast furnace? I guess not. I suppose it's because it only makes nuggets. So yeah, let's make another furnace then. And then at least we can work on two things at once. Oh, it's actually andesite that we're low on. I say low on, of course we are surrounded by it, so... Woo. That was cobblestone, I think. I don't know why that mined all of it. Either I'm just being incredibly dense, or that was not supposed to happen, but, oops, I guess. Kind of annoying now because I have to fill in this, well, most of this. Maybe we can actually turn this into the entrance to our mine. Did that even vein mine some of that, or is that... No, I don't know. I don't know what just happened, honestly. I'm sure I targeted andesite. Either way, it doesn't really matter because we can use the cobblestone for repairing the tool since it's made out of stone at the moment. Oh. Yeah, it did give us less cobble than there was. What? Okay, whatever. Let's try that again and a little more carefully this time. Andesite. Vein mine. That is andesite cobblestone, which is fine. Yeah, I guess that was just me failing epically. Looks like we got it the second time round. That's also... Oh, it did give us more cobble. Okay, whatever. So there we go. 47 of these now. That's plenty. And we were working towards the depot, first of all. Did we have another... Yeah, we did. So that makes one of these, and we just plonk that down. Wow, that was 6 nuggets worth. Well, I guess we've got another ingot now. So before we make this spout, I suppose for the copper casing we need a copper sheet, so we are going to need the press first. So we need to make another one of these mechanisms. Whee! Yes, Landy, we indeed. There actually will be a lot of that once we start automating things, because there will be plenty of machines moving about and doing things. I mean, we haven't even scratched a scratch of a surface yet with this mod. So let's make a bunch of these. I guess we can use the spruce logs. Do we still have all of the buttons? Yes. We need the saw. And we want to make... Oh, I'm losing the plot, though. We are currently making the mechanical press, and then we're going to make the spout. Let's just do it this way. Oh, it looks like we need a block of iron for the press as well, so we are going to need to go mining anyway, which we'll do in a second. Let's see here, so we do that, those, and those. That's 11. It's not a great deal, but it is an amount. And then we just need andesite casing again. Let's repair that pickaxe. No saplings? Guys, we've been duped. That tree was no good for us. Fortunately, I have saplings, so it doesn't really matter. But it would have been nice not to have that happen. What was I making? I was making andesite casing. And then the machine. Now we just need the iron. So let's actually make a chest for the create-related stuff for now. Because as much as this place is temporary, we do want some level of organization. Where can I... Whoops, that's not a chest. Let's just put that stuff in there for now. Just so that I don't have to keep searching through all of our stuff. None of that is really create-related. I don't think any of that is either. Now we obviously are also going to want the copper. I'm now wondering if we should actually start making a water wheel. In fact, we could actually make one of these now. Coming to think of it, it might be worth investing in a water wheel just to get us started with some automation. I know I said we would start with wind power, but I want to see something happen on the screen now. This place is kind of boring me, so let's see if we can make some of these. Of course, we need a lot more wood for this, really. So I'm just going to go harvest some of these trees. Not entirely sure why that one didn't decompose as well. Or I don't know what the term is for the leaves disappearing. I guess it's because it's connected to that tree, but of course, with that one, we want to leave it for the machine. So I don't know. I almost did it. I almost mined the tree that is producing our stuff, and there's the decay that we wanted. And again, I'm just going to spam these everywhere. Haphazard, I know, but we just need them growing. Alright, so we want to make large cogwheels, and we're probably going to need a bunch of these anyway, so let's make a bunch of those, and make some more regular cogwheels as well. And the water wheel is just slabs. And I'm going to make 3 of those. We'll have to do some experimentation to see if the amount of these actually affects the power output. I'm fairly sure it does, but not 100%. Okay, so we needed a bucket. Obviously, we need to sleep. I do apologise that the chat covers up the chat. Gonna have to figure out something about that. For now, I could just clear it, so it doesn't do that. So for now, I'm just going to build a really basic temporary sort of water wheel setup. I don't even know where I want to put this, to be honest. I mean, I suppose our machines don't need to be indoors, so let's just put it here where we've actually got some room. And I think the way I usually do it is something like this. I think? Question mark? I mean, once we make like a more permanent base, obviously we can start to care about tidying things up and making them look nice, but this just needs to function, so there we go. And you can see we've got rotation power now. We want to connect a shaft to it, so we can get that power from there. Actually, have we got... Yes. Gonna need to make a few more. And we need another andesite casing. Not an andesite casing. What do we need? We need one of these things, a gearbox. So yeah, we do need an andesite casing. And this gearbox just allows us to do a 90-degree turn on the shafts here. Now obviously you can see that the rotation speed is really slow here. So we can actually speed this up using the cogs. This is why I made a bunch of them. So if we do something like this... this might actually be the wrong way around, coming to think of it. I think it's large to small, I forget. I know that's kind of intersecting the ground and it's annoying, so let's not allow that. But yeah, if you do this a bunch of times, you can see that the rotation speed speeds up. So we can use that as a way of just increasing our machine's speeds just a little bit, and then we can have that go overhead. Oops. And then we could probably bring this indoors, actually. What am I trying to make? I am trying to make gearboxes. Might as well just make 3 of them, because we're going to need so many gearboxes in the end anyway. So our press is going to be going right here, so if we transmit our power through, and coming to think of it, just to satisfy those of you who are getting annoyed by how some of this looks, you can actually use the casings to encase the shafts as well. As I said, this mod is fantastic, and you will learn to love it if you don't already. So that's bringing power through here, and now you can see we have rotation in the base. Wondering if we should also hook this up. Maybe we can. I mean, we're still, you know, fairly low on resources overall, so we need to be a little bit conservative with them, but might as well try and get this connected as well. I actually think we can probably go over the top here with this. Ah, you know what? That's annoying. Let's just swap these around. So we'll have the cogwheel there, the milling stone here. Oh, this is actually a pickaxe for some reason again. I mean, once I make the wrench, I think I can use that for picking pretty much everything up, so it doesn't matter too much. Let's make these gearboxes into vertical gearboxes now. Actually, why am I doing this the way that I'm doing it again? You know what, we might actually... I know it'll be really cramped, but we could just have that go through here. I don't know why I was going over the roof. There was no reason. Just wasting resources at the moment. And being dumb. There we go. So now we have the millstone set up as well. Of course, as I said, everything we connect to that will add stress to the system and it will eventually stop. Just flat out stops working, but we're not near that point yet. And you can monitor it as well. Alright, so it's a bit annoying and it's a bit cramped, but we have our millstone set up in here now, so we can just throw things in and they will be ground for us, so we don't have to sit there doing that ourselves. Which is pretty nice. Okay, so the hand crank can definitely go away now. I'm going to put the buttons in here. Maybe the slabs as well, just because they're pretty much only useful to us in the sense of building the machines. Now let's go get some resin, and we can start working on building that spout. I know we're really not focusing too much on the priorities right now, but how much is in here? There's actually 2 buckets worth, which is great. We are also going to need to make a basin, which is just the andesite alloy. Speaking of which, we should probably go get some more andesite in a moment as well and make more of that. So it's the press that we need now, which just requires us to go get iron. So let's go do that. God, I really need to sort these chests out soon. Just gonna make some more of those. Why does it play the sound every single time? That's just so bad. We have food, so we're good for that. Let's just head down. We're looking for iron, and that's really inconveniently placed. Of course, I could make an iron pickaxe through vanilla, but it's pretty wasteful at this point, considering all of our iron has to be made through nuggets. But this pickaxe is pretty terrible, to be honest. That's why I had to spam the repair kits. Of course, we could technically upgrade it already to make it have more durability, and maybe it will be worth doing temporarily. I don't know. In fact, you know what? I think I will do that, because otherwise we're just going to be spending way too much time and resources repairing our stuff. I think we can actually upgrade the mining level, coming to think of it, with the upgrades that I was planning on applying anyway, so we'll see. So I was going to use the diamond, one of the diamonds, and one of the emeralds just to upgrade this pickaxe. This pickaxe will eventually be thrown away, but for now at least. Yeah, that brings that mining level up to diamond and increases the durability from 130 to 630. And then this brings it up to 945. Diamonds and emeralds are surprisingly not actually worth that much to us, and now we can mine this block as well. What was that? Factory electricity. Awesome. But yeah, diamonds and emeralds are not worth that much to us. You can get them really easily in this pack. I mean, you've already seen we got a bunch in a loot chest. But yeah, now the pickaxe will last quite significantly longer. Still has to be repaired through stone, I believe, but Oh, and you'll notice the sound as well, if you can hear the game sound properly. We have, like, reverb when we're in caves, which is pretty cool. And here's a bunch more andesite, let's just vein mine that, because we needed it anyway. And here's some iron. Oh, it does just vein mine the andesite and the cobblestone, I see. Interesting. That was a silverfish block. Why are they so loud? Alright, everybody's favourite Minecraft creature. I'm actually surprised all this vein mining is not actually hurting the pickaxe too much. Of course, now it's starting to take damage. Oh, maybe I'm wrong, because it has more durability. It takes more of the repair packs. Either way, let's hope we can find some significant amounts of iron shortly. A redstone torch. Thank you so much. I mean, there is a reason they call it random ore, but redstone torch, huh? Oh, whoops. Now, I'm fairly sure that we only go down to Y level 0, because I'm pretty sure we're in 1.16 here, not 1.18, so... Well, there's a cave here. Hey! This is what I was hoping for. Just not the mobs. Although he has some sort of enchanted shovel by the looks of it. But yeah, this is what we really needed, was just a cave. That's our lucky break. Alright, just dispatch the creepers, I guess. But some of these ores we don't really care too much about just yet, and as I said, I kind of want to wait until I have better tools before mining all of it, but, you know, we can at least mine some of these things. Don't even know what the hell that is. But mainly the iron is the thing we're here for. I really should be looking out for that broken stone more. So easy to miss though, because it looks like andesite. So that's 20 iron. I don't know if I want to do the maths to figure out how much we'll need for making the block, which is what we're actually working on right now, of course. It's making a block of iron so we can have the spout. Just so that we can make our farm, ironically. Probably could have spread grass naturally in the amount of time it takes us to do all this, but this also helps us in terms of we need to make the things anyway. So we might as well just make them and do it the hard way. Alright, he almost dispatched me. That was not good. And there's a baby zombie. Let's hope the regen hurries up. Also out of torches. There he is. What? Alright then. We don't actually have the means to make torches down here, do we? Because there's no wood, otherwise the, all of the coal that's around us will certainly be useful. Ay, ay, ay. That was just incredibly rude. Kind of struggling here because the full inventory could probably just chuck a bunch of the regular cobblestone away. And leave that to despawn. Because we have no need for it. Alright, it's pitch black up here, but we're gonna just keep looking out for iron. Oh wow, this is a huge cave. And we've definitely got some enchanted mobs, and there's a skeleton. I apologise if you can't see pretty much anything on stream right now. I don't know how well that comes out on Twitch's side. Or YouTube if you're watching this in the future, because it should be uploaded. In fact, actually, I think I can hold a redstone torch in my offhand here, so we can get a bit of light. Useless. Whoops, didn't want to place it. Who shoots? We are not having a good time in these caves. That is for sure. Does this actually lead up onto the overworld? Looks like it does, pretty much. I'm not sure if I've seen that entrance before. What is this over here? Arid rock. I think there's supposed to be a space in there, I'm not entirely sure. Ooh. But yeah, we just need a way out now, I think. I don't know if 56 is enough for a block. As I said, don't really want to do the maths to figure it out right now. We'll just go make it, and if we need more, we'll come back with torches next time. But I need to find the way out first. Alright, let's avoid him. Let's avoid him for sure. Oh, definitely avoid that guy. Alright, they're fighting each other. Good stuff. There's an emerald there. Tempting. You know what? Never mind. Alright then. Sure. Looks like the mobs around here have vanished, which is good for us. There's more diamond ore, we'll wait for that, I think. Let's just get the hell out of here. Where's the... Here we are. Alright, now we're making progress. And what we'll probably also want to do, if we can afford it, is to set up the washing setup. So that we can increase our yield from the iron. Sorry, I'm trying to open a bottle and jump at the same time, and apparently my brain can't do the two things separately. Alright, so this is andesite cobblestone here. We've got loads of. That can go in this chest with the other stuff. And all of that can just go in here for now. I'll sort through it all later. Alright, so for the washing setup, we just need to make an encased fan. If I can find it on here. There it is. This is another andesite machine and propellers. We need propellers, which means we need the mechanical press. That's annoying. Okay, I guess we won't be making that just yet then. Of course, that's still doing the copper, because you get multiple stacks from this. I'm fairly sure that I usually wash this after this point. Yeah, because as you can see, bulk washing gives you 2 nuggets, as opposed to just smelting or blasting, which gives you 1. It looks like melting, actually, without... I guess melting maybe without washing it might be better, because that's 3 nuggets worth. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to investigate that further at some point. Let's just wait for this to finish the copper. Obviously, there's a bunch more copper that needs to go in here anyway. The cinnabar also needs to go in, and all of these other ores. It might be worth making a hopper as well at some point, just so we can speed this up a bit. Or automate it further. Where's the rest of the copper? Did I not have more? There it is. I'm blind. Alright, so that's done now. Let's get the iron in there. Yeah, and I suppose we should start also smelting that down. There we go, now we've at least got some level of windows here so we can actually see what's going on outside. It's the small things that matter the most. I actually think we might have enough iron to do all of the things we need. Question mark? Because I did forget that this crushing step actually yields quite a lot of dust. But of course, as I say, we need 9 ingots to make the block, and then we can make the press that goes here. Which also will require the machine case, which we still need to make more of anyway, for the other things. But I think we've pretty much got what we need for those. In fact, at this point, we may actually need more furnaces. But I suppose, you know, we did vein mine a bunch of cobble, so it's not like an issue for us. Oh, of course, I can't jump up here now to pick up the blocks. Oh, I guess we actually don't have as much coal as I thought. Should probably go get some more of that at some point as well. Alright, that looks like it's done now. Let's do the cinnabar, because that gives us redstone. Don't know why I just did that way. Okay, so we've got enough for the machine. Let's make the press. And there we go. So now, if we put this in here, there's the press. And we've overstressed the system. Fantastic. Suppose this is what I get for using a water wheel. Okay, what we'll do for now is just bypass the press for a moment until we're done crushing. I'm probably actually not going to crush all of these ores just yet anyway, because we don't really have a need for these things. I was just doing those out of habit. So yeah, let's actually just bypass this for now, I guess. There's better ways of doing that, of course, but for now this will work. So that's actually no longer rotating, but I think it should... It is overstressed. Interesting. Okay, well, for the press we don't actually technically need to use that. So let's just have that powered. And what we'll do is we'll just put this outside for now, just to remind me that it's useless to us, pretty much. In terms of not having... Oh. In terms of not having the ability to hook up to that machine. But we can use the hand crank, so it's fine. Alright, and we need the bucket of resin. I actually don't know if we need anything else for this. Let's just put that in there and see what happens. Okay, so it is making rubber for us. That looks like it makes 4 pieces per bucket, which is actually not too bad, to be honest. Obviously, as I said, we're going to want to make a bunch of these things over here, eventually. How much is in there? There's another 2 buckets worth, so we can make 16 resin, I think, if my quick maths is correct. Probably should have put this thing actually right next to the resin thing, to be honest. But at the same time, we also need it for making plates, which we want to be doing over near the base. Because I really don't want to make another press just yet, since obviously iron is not really a thing we have loads of. I didn't count how many times that went, but I'm assuming enough. Go down there, thank you. This music feels like it's kind of fitting for this type of mod pack, in a way. Alright, so now we just smelt this to turn it into actual rubber, and we'll also obviously make the iron. Okay, so 17 ingots though, so we could actually make another press if we wanted, but I think we needed it for something else. I can't remember what that was. Of course, as I said, we could probably automate the this thing, and I actually think it might be worth doing at this stage. I know it's a little bit expensive, but this is the kind of thing where we need to be able to just kind of fire and forget, so to speak. Because eventually there's going to be more stuff than we can manually handle anyway. It just becomes not worth your time. Right, do not try to crush that, thank you. So now we can just shove stuff in here and it will all go through eventually. Which is good. Now we have nothing in here, right? So we can replace this with the depot for now. I'll just leave that there. And if I recall correctly, we made copper dust. All needs to be smelted. You can see we're getting the cured rubber now, which we need quite a bit of to make the spout. We should have enough, I think, already. It's just going to take a moment. Let's refresh our chat box again. Or not. There we go. Yeah, so now you can see all of our stuff is going through here pretty fast, actually. And that's obviously based on the actual rotation speed of the gear there, which is why I made this transmission. Now, it just occurred to me I shouldn't have done that just yet. These are all mature, right? Pretty much. Ah, this has also started to turn, which is good. I've reached the goal, plant food. I planted food ages ago. I don't know what you're on about, game. Right, so one of the things I also wanted to do was make a cutting knife, which I believe is just that. And then we can harvest these with the knife. I believe this is the right kind of knife, yeah, I think so. I don't know if it works with potatoes, I know it works with wheat. But you can sometimes get some additional stuff from these, which we actually do want. And since I just planted this, we might as well replace that with our new farmland. Of course, I still have to till it. Where is our device of tilling? Alright, let's just quickly grow all of this wheat. Just because I want to make sure I did actually make the right knife there. Looks like it. Yeah, so you can see we're now getting straw and buddy beans. And the straw we definitely need, for helping us automate the production of clay later on. Strangely enough, there is a correlation there, I promise. Wow, okay, this is really going. And it was copper, wasn't it, that we actually needed, so these should be done. We can do another 4 of those also. Of course, we are going to need to go get more coal soon. That can actually just go in there for a second. So for the... it was for the spout, wasn't it? We needed the copper for, I think. Yeah, for the casing here. So we only need 1 sheet, so that's easy enough. And if we do that, press goes bonk. Press does indeed go bonk, and we have a copper sheet, so that's excellent. We need logs. And you can see that makes the copper casing. So now we just need to make sealed mechanisms, and I'm actually just going to clear that out. In fact, do we still have the mechanical press on there? We do. So this is just regular kinetic mechanisms surrounded by cured rubber. Obviously we're going to need to make some of these. You know what? We've got plenty of this to make andesite alloy with. Definitely need to smelt this algal blend in a second as well. Does this go in the blast furnace? It does not. Does it go in here? Nope. Worth a try. I guess for now I'll put my ingots in the output chest. I know it's a bit strange, but I suppose it can go in there. And there we go. That is zinc, I was going to say. Had more iron in there. Okay, so what else did we need for these? It was just logs, which we've got. Okay. So if we try and make more of these kinetic mechanisms, that's one machine's worth, and then if I just bring this down to 8 and do that, we've got 2. And of course, some of these now need to be surrounded by that, and we've got sealed mechanisms, and there we go. Copper machine. So now we just need a hopper, which we ironically have. Although I think I'm going to make another one, since we kind of need those. And those just go in here, and there's the spout. Now, we also do actually need a pump, I think. Or do we? No, I think we can actually just put water in here manually. Let's check. So I'm just going to place this here a second, I guess. No. Does this not want to let me place it inside? I guess not. So we might actually need to make a pump. I really hope we don't, but it looks like we might. What is this called in Create? Mechanical pump. Okay, so this is fairly cheap actually, so it looks like we don't need to worry too much. Let's just make some of these. Oh, I did that the wrong way around, didn't I? Good job. So there's our pipes, and then the pump is just that. And now we want to make a fluid tank. What are we missing here? Glass and these. Easy enough. Was it one piece of glass? Yeah. Now we're finally moving at some level of speed. We've got some progress going. Of course, our base is absolutely hideous, and I will be changing it completely at some point. Right, there's the fluid tank. So now we can just use this as a way of getting the resources in there. I'm actually going to move this out of the way a second. So we're going to need to think about how we do this, really, because obviously we don't have that much stuff at the moment. So the pump, I think we need a large cogwheel to go at an angle, question mark. Can't remember if that's a thing you can do. Yeah, here we are. So if we do that, then we can have a... Actually, that's not the way we want it, is it? I think it's actually down like this. Which way does this need to be placed? I think my original plan was to actually have it facing upwards like that, which would require it to be, yeah, like we have here. And that's not interacting. Good job. I suppose, actually, this is why. Of course, the rotation direction will also matter, if we want this to be correct. Come to think of it, wait, what? We overstressed it again. Can we get away with this? We can for now, if I just disconnect the rest. Yeah, this is why I don't want to use the water wheels. They're really not very good in terms of their mechanical strain. But yeah, so we've got a fluid tank. And we'll just have a pipe. And then another pipe. Boop. And I'll have that going into the spout. And I think we needed a basin. I can't remember what we even needed the spout for now. I think we were making grass, right? Yeah, so it's literally... Oh, it's on a depot, apparently. I guess. That answers that question. I think that should be fine. And then if I put the water in here now... I know you can do it. I can't remember how. This is the annoying part. Hold on a second, let me just Google it. Oh, a basin, right, yeah, of course. I'm being really dumb. Yeah. We can just do this. I think. Does that pump up? I'm seeing water up there. Yeah, here we go. It's filled that up. So now, if we just get some dirt and place it on here... Is this not at the right height, I guess? Could very well be the case. There we go. Hey! Nice. Alright, and because obviously we have an infinite water supply, we can just keep doing this as much as we want. Obviously I don't need to make a mass... like a massive amount of grass. A mass of grass. But you know. All of that effort just to make a farm. But, once we have said farm, obviously we will also be able to make wind power. Which is very desirable for us right now. Of course, I'm still going to have to get some sheep over here in the end. You can see that whoops, wheat grows a lot faster on the rich soil that we made. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do off stream, I will go get some sheep and bring them over, and I'll also make a bunch more of this grass. I'm obviously not going to build any more machines or anything like that, though, so... That is if nobody minds, of course. I know some people like to see everything happen on stream, and that's perfectly fine if you want me to do things that way. But if not, I will just go get some sheep, because it's going to be a tedious process bringing them from... over wherever I just saw them, over down here somewhere. But yeah, that's not too bad progress, and then obviously next stream we can get wind power going, and we can start hooking up all of our machines to the same stuff, which will be great. I would like to know what people's opinions are on this mod. Obviously you'll need to see more of it first, but it is a lot of fun, and I certainly enjoy it. But I'm going to leave this stream off here because I am very, very hungry. So, yeah, let's turn this down a little bit. That's kind of loud. Alright, well, I hope you enjoyed. I will be back with more of this another day. I'm not entirely sure when. And of course, we'll be working as well to fix the Wonderland stuff so we can stream that again as soon as possible. But thanks for sticking around, and I'll see you next time. I nearly said next episode, but I guess it's not really an episode. Anyway, bye.